talk about some stuff. So nice to meet you. Nice to see you again. So before I begin, I just want to talk a little bit about this sign here. And this is the yin and yang symbol. And I just want to talk about this a bit because what we're attempting to do on this channel is to try to find the middle path between the yin and the yang. As you notice, there's two sides of the yin and yang, this side and this side. And if you look right in the middle, though, there is a path that you can travel down in the middle path. And that's the path that we attempt to walk down. And the reason that this is really important now is that this system is collapsing. And I can't reschedule. Hold on. There we go. That this system is collapsing, and so the polarities, both sides, the one side and the other side, are very, very strong, very polarized, and so it's really hard to be in either side, and we're being kind of gently nudged to go to the middle path. And I was talking with my guides today about this because I had been watching something, a documentary, and what was interesting was that from the documentary, it was interesting that I was finding that the people that have been the most maligned throughout history, well, how can I say it in the best way? That history is the opposite of what you think it is. The people that you think were the heroes were actually the anti-heroes. And I was just commenting to my guides about this, and they're saying yes. And the reason is that's because it makes it simpler. Hey, Kathy, good timing. If it were really complex, like it is kind of complex on other universes where it's not a yin and yang, it's not one side or the other, it's just there are many complexities. And so when you have the awareness, when you wake, well, I can't even use that. Like that word's been used too much. But when you see how things really are, if it's a yin and yang thing, all you have to do is flip everything upside down and you got it. And it's very shocking because, oh my God, everything that I thought was one was the other. But then once you understand that, then you understand, oh, okay, that's how it works. So it's pretty easy. So they made it easier for us. But for example, in other dimensions, it's kind of like if there's like a little bit of this and a little bit of that, it's kind of hard because you don't really know where you are. And so in a sense, this is a gentle way of showing us where to go. I had a dream I want to share also, and just talking about young men becoming, what's the word? Growing into adulthood, like coming of age. And this is the dream, and I want to share this because I channeled this a bit too. But before I do, I'm just going to go into just share. This is my site. I've got spiritual guidance. If you're interested, I channel your guides. You ask your questions, and here's the details. Details are below in the link. I also have I have a mug. Love is already won. You just haven't noticed yet. And this Lightworker group, it's kind of like a family group. Everyone just gets together, and everyone brings their questions, and we channel them. I channel them. And if you join this, we get 2 channeling sessions a month plus access to all of the archives. So about 50 plus hours of channeling with all of the transcripts as well. So if you're interested, please check below. And yeah, so let me get back to this. All right, and this is a good analogy as well. So coming of age. So the dream that I had was I was walking through this wood paneled room, and the walls were, it wasn't like a large room, but it wasn't a small room, but it was relatively kind of small, wood paneled room. And there were all these men. We're all men, and we're all walking. We have to walk through this passageway to go to work. And the men that are standing on the sides are the men of the higher people in society that are judging us, that are looking at us, and it's not a happy time. Everyone looks really kind of, it's hard. It's a really hard time. And all the men they're just kind of pushing through. And that's how you have to get to work. You can't get to work any other way in the dream. And there was this one man that he was like a big guy, and he was trying to push past me, and I kind of shoved back a bit, and then he kind of fell down, and then I had to, like, I was doing Reiki on him to help him out, and it was a rough time, rough place. And what my guides were saying was that is the path to manhood in our society. And so for a young person to become a man in past, ancient societies, it would have been like this wonderful thing where the elders would watch and they'd say, oh, you're becoming a man, it's great, and then they would guide them along the way and mentor them and all of that. But now in our society, that's pretty rare. We don't really have that as much. And so men just have to kind of wing it. And the men that have already gotten to the other side, those are the ones that are standing on the sides. And a lot of those men are broken. And I know, when I was a kid too, as well, there were a lot of broken fathers who had come back from the, Vietnam War back in the States. All over our world, we have a lot of broken men. And so the broken men don't know how to mentor because they're broken. And so they're just looking at these young men as competition in this world. And so these poor young guys are trying to make it, and they don't know where they're going or what they're supposed to do. And they don't have any archetypes to look for. And then they have all of these other guys that are trying to sabotage them. And so they said that this is what becoming a man in this society at this moment is like. And it's very, very difficult, and it's a difficult time. So it's a time for men who have already gotten to the other side to kind of look and to give that energy and that kind of mentorship in whatever way it is, or just to maybe kind of be nicer to them and understand all the stuff that they're going through. So it's a really tough time to be a young person. Many of the young people have gone through these crazy times that we all went through, but a lot of us have had the non-crazy times, and so we have something to compare it to. But a lot of these young people don't, and so it's just it's like trial by fire. And so I think for those of us who are a little bit older, who have seen a little bit more, we can stand there also and be a gentle guidance, and rather than kind of putting down these men that are walking, try to be there and be supportive of them, and even just holding space. So I wanted to share that. I thought that was important because it was a very intense dream, and I think it's a message that needs to be broadcast out there. And I'm only speaking about men, but I imagine it's the same with women as well. It's a difficult time to become a woman. It's a difficult time to become a man. Coming of age is a really difficult time, and so we need to send our love out to those people who are coming of age. And so what I wanted to share today, I want to talk about two things. I'm going to talk about time loops, and I'm going to talk about the other thing I'm going to talk about, this time in our year, May 1st, and this week of time. And I'm going to send out a prayer of peace for this time because it's very sorely needed right now. The energy is picking up, and I'm not a big fan of this time of year. Well, so first, let's talk about time loops. So a few days ago, I went to this, I was looking online for a place like to take a train. So I live in Japan. I was looking for a place to take a train to go, not too far away, but somewhere where there's kind of nice air, fresh country air. And so I found this one station that's kind of in between two cities, and it's just surrounded by mountains and this river. And I thought, oh, perfect. I'm going to go there. And I went there without thinking and without, checking with my guides or anything. And I just got there. And as soon as I got off the train, I felt like I was standing sideways. I wasn't standing straight up. Even though I was standing straight up, I was like sideways. When you feel that, you feel gravity. And I thought, oh no, this is not a good thing. And I started walking around the place, and I saw that there was this abandoned old hotel. They call them in Japan. It's like an inn, a Japanese inn. And it was abandoned, and it was just the windows were all crashed, smashed in, and it was just this abandoned building and by the river. And then the energy there was very suppressed. It was just a suppressed energy, and I felt that energy before, so I know this energy. I was like, oh man, I know this place. It's a time loop. It's a trapped energy loop. but I figured I'm just going to walk around a bit just to kind of see what it's about, because I was somehow guided there, and there's a reason for everything. And but what my guides had told me about that space was that there was an energetic reset of the ley lines on our planet. This place is built on a ley line. So this is built on a ley line, and there was an energetic reset of the ley lines, but this place somehow didn't get fully aligned. It didn't get fully reset. There was a blockage there. And now I'm realizing that it was a time loop. There was a time loop that was placed there. So even though they reset it, it was kept there. Now, what is a time loop? A time loop is a method that's used to corner off a portion of time so that you can harvest the energy of that time. So the people that are living within that time loop most of the time don't even realize they're in a time loop. All they know is that, for example, I think you've probably heard of this, towns where everyone's like trying to get out of this town. I'm going to get out of this town. Whatever happens, I'm going to get out of this town. And everyone gets kind of trapped in that time loop. And everyone in the town kind of feels a little bit not 100%. They're always like 80% or 75%. It's like never quite like perfect. It's always just a time loop. The energy is being harvested off, cut off the top. If they take too much energy, it's going to be too much. Kathy say May 1st today feels tough, like having a very heavy backpack on. Exactly. Yeah, it is. And that's why I'm going to do the pocket of peace today, because it's this energy. No. We can't have this energy. And this is related to the time loops as well. So I want to share. So this is a good way of looking at it. This is a movie called Miss Peregrine's Home for the Peculiar Children, which I thought was a really great movie. I really recommend this movie. Not actually, but I recommend this movie. Sorry, don't need that qualifier. But yeah, it's a good movie. And so this movie is about they're called peculiars. So these are just people who have extra powers. Like this woman can fly, and this woman can create fire, and this woman has extra powerful strength. And then the main woman, this woman here, she has the power to control time. And so in this story, let's see where we're at here. Oh, it didn't. Where did it go? Dun, 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 dun. Oh, here it is. So in the story, the children take Jake through a portal, and he emerges in the year 1943. So in the story, it was after the war, and there was the big bombing from World War II, but he goes through a portal, and he finds that this house that had been destroyed was completely intact. And so this Miss Peregrine is that main woman here, Miss Peregrine. She has the power to control the time, and she is called I can't pronounce that. And she can transform into a bird and manipulate time. So to avoid persecution for being peculiar, she and the children hide from the outside world in a time loop she created, set to September 3rd, 1943, accessible only to peculiars, which allows them to live in the same day repeatedly and avoid aging as long as they stay inside of it. Okay, so it's a time loop. And in the story, it's nice. It's a kind of fun, nice thing. In real life, this is not the case. And just as I said, everything's upside down. So yeah, time loops. And so this place that I went to was a time loop. And so a good way to think of a time loop, and this was good at this place as well. This place had, there's a waterfall. It's a river. There's a really like strong flowing river there. And there's a bit of a waterfall because they built a dam. And that's also a part of how how can I describe it? Like a waterfall, or like using hydroelectric power. They'll take the energy of a running river and siphon it off a bit. They won't take all of the energy, but they'll take a bit off the top of the energy. And at this place, they had a hydroelectric canal that was built. in this town. So I thought it was really fitting, because I was wondering, why would they do this? And they built this canal, and on top of the canal, people had houses built on it. So under this, your house is here, and there's a river like right below it, which I thought, it's just, feng shui and all that kind of stuff is just not a good idea. And I don't know the particulars of it, but I felt it. I was like, that's not good. That's not good. You don't want to do that. So they siphon off the energy of the river, but the river's still flowing on the other side, but they just take a bit off of it. And that's how this works. And that's what a time loop is. And so I just wanted to share that, because what happens when you go into these time loops is similar to actually today, May 1st, because this is like a big old time loop that they try to put on the whole world in the mass consciousness. But no, no, senor. This time loop idea is so that, they just siphon off a place. And this is where the people who are living on this side can exist. And those places are getting smaller and smaller, because this paradigm is changing. And but it had been a long time since I had been in a place that was that heavy. The energy was very heavy, very dark, you just feel off the whole time, and just like, what the hell is this? And I learned later that it's a famous haunted spot that people all over Japan go to, which I was like, if I knew that beforehand, I wouldn't have gone. But I guess there was a reason that I went there, to feel this energy. And so, yes, that's what time loops are. And you'll find them all over the place in different towns and different spaces. And you can usually feel the energy. You'll feel like a heaviness, and a feel like the colors are not as bright as they usually are. And the colors are a bit off, and something's a bit off with gravity. Like you feel like you're a bit kind of on the side a bit. And that's how you know you're in one of these places. And what I wanted to do is give advice on what to do when you find yourself in a situation like this. Now, first of all, the first thing that I learned from trial and error is, don't go in and be like, I'm going to clear this space of all the negative energy. Don't do that. Don't do that. Take it from me. I made a lot of mistakes when I first started understanding this stuff, because I didn't know. I didn't have any teachers. It just came up, and I was just there. And so, but you live and learn, right? You do a lot of stupid stuff. So don't go in to clear it. You're being shown, like if you find yourself in a spot like that, you're being shown this spot for a reason. And just go in and understand the energy. Just, okay, all right, I understand. Okay, this feeling. Maybe you're just being sent there to understand what this feeling feels like for the future. So it's just studying about it. You're usually guided to them. Just be in the space and be aware, and you'll be guided on what to do. Like if that's a space that needs to be cleared, then you'll be guided. If it isn't, then you'll be guided. This place that I went to, it's not the timing yet for it. As we understand, we don't know, just as the Course in Miracles says, we don't know what anything is for. So this might be serving a certain purpose, as the yin and yang symbol also is. So you don't just willy-nilly jump into it. You just, if you're guided to a place to clear, then you clear, but otherwise don't. And I wanted to share that. And the reason that I wanted to share that was for that reason. And in addition to that, there's this channel here. This is the guy, it's Atarashi Chikyu no Tsukurite Tachi e. So for those of you who are creating the new world, and this channeler, I think her name is Yuko. I'm not sure if it's a man or a woman. They use like a different voice for the channels. And she has a lot of good channeling in Japanese, but I think now you could probably have translation software where you can translate it. But I guess I'll just imagine that it's a she. She said that she was the one that introduced me to this idea. So she was doing kind of BQH sessions, I think, with a client, and the client turns out that he was a businessman and he was just traveling all over the world. But what turns out is that he would go to all of these places, for example, Germany, and places where a lot of things happened. There's a lot of negative energy from things that happened in the past. Poland, these kind of places, and then he would go there and he was just there on business. But what was happening at night was that he had a light. It's like a glow stick. Maybe the young people don't know about glow sticks. I'm not sure if they exist anymore. Hold on, I'll show you a glow stick. And if you know, and sorry, glow stick. Yeah, they look like this. This is a glow stick. It's just a stick, and it glows. Usually when you get it, you break it in two, and then the chemicals inside mix, and then it glows in the dark or glows in the light. And what you do, what happens is that, so if you are awake and aware and you're approaching outside of a time loop, when you walk into the time loop, you have a light on the top of your head. And the people that are in the time loop, they don't know they're in the time loop, but they see that light on the top of your head, and they say, "Oh, that's weird. That's really bright. I haven't seen something so bright in a long time. I wonder what that is." And out of curiosity, they follow you. And when you leave that time loop, they follow you out of the time loop. And that's how they are freed from the time loop. And so what this man was doing, this Japanese, they call him salary man or company worker. It's just I think many of you probably know that phrase now with how popular anime is, but he was he was a salary man, company worker. He was a businessman and traveling around the world. And but that's what he was actually doing. He was guiding people out of time loops. So sometimes when you go to a time loop, maybe that's what you're doing. Maybe there's some that needed to be guided out. And in my situation, I had an attachment that was on the top of my head, and he wouldn't leave. Like usually I just let them leave. I've changed. In the beginning I used to be like, I'm gonna purify, transform, but now it's just like, all right, hey, you can't be here. You can leave, but you can't be in my energy. And but he's like, no, I'm staying. I'm like, no, you're not staying. And if you stay, I'm gonna have to transmute you. You're gonna have to go back to the universe. And that's what he wanted. And so so that's what I did. So so everything has a meaning. And this brings me back to the Course in Miracles as well. So hold on, let me close some of these. Lesson, I wanted to go back to lesson 20. Yeah, lesson 22. What I see is a form of vengeance, right? So, and the example that I give for this one is that you go onto a train or you're in a crowded traffic jam and people become inhuman. They start becoming really angry and they're flipping people off and yelling obscenities and cutting people off and all kinds of stuff like that. Or in the train in Japan, people are pushing people, and which no one would ever do that in another place, even in Japan. People don't push each other, but on the train, for some reason, the rules are gone. And it's the vengeful world where everyone's fighting each other. It's like I was talking about that dream with all the men kind of. It's just vengeful world. It's a low energy world. And you just have to fight your way and crawl your way through. And but that's a perception. If you perceive the world that way, then that's the world that you'll see. And so what I see is a form of vengeance. And so if you're looking at the world that way, that's what you'll see, because you have the power to create with your perceptions. And but you can escape that by just saying, oh, I don't want to see that. I don't know what I'm seeing. I don't know why I'm seeing this. And so you look at everything that you see and you say, oh, I don't know what anything is for. So I don't know what everything's purpose is for. Maybe there's a different purpose for this, and maybe I should take a step back and not judge it. Because when you judge something, you're just using your past examples. So this thing happened in the past, so this must be bad. This happened in the past, this must be good. We don't know. That's the past. The past is already over. And so instead of that, just letting things be what they are. And I guess that would be a good way of summing up. Just letting things be what they are. And the reason I'm bringing this up is, so I'm here, and you come to this point. God is in everything I see, right? So if you're able to see every situation, like, so for example, someone is pushing you from behind on a train, and you're thinking, God, why do they have to push me? And then you understand, like, God is in everything I see. Maybe this is a chance for me to understand this person and all the suffering that they're going through and how they're having this rough day. And if they've had to come on the train and push their way on, maybe they didn't have another choice. Maybe this is their only choice and this is all they know. And so for you to get angry in that situation, you're just adding to that and adding to that fearful place that they live in. And if you're able to take a step back, then you can give them a bit of peace and you can give them a way out, just as you're giving people a way out of the time loop with your light on the top of your head. So it's the same sort of idea. And so the idea of the Course of Miracles, and I think what I've come to is, we're saving the world. We're here to save the world. And it sounds like a silly thing, like saving the world. What are you talking about? You're just, saving the world. Just, go back to work or whatever. But the way to save the world is to be nice to people. Okay? So the idea is that we imagine rush hour all over the world, right? All that anger is just happening. Billions and billions and billions of people all at the same time, or maybe, staggered time, but that's a lot of energy. And a lot of times when you're doing that, you're not aware. People's face changes and they're just angry. And that all that anger, all that energy can be siphoned off. And that's where our wars come from. That's where all our famine comes from. That's where all of the things that we don't want to see in the world come from. That come from us. We're creating it by doing that. And of course, in society, we're forced to go into those trains. We're forced to be in those traffic jams. But the revolutionary idea is that, we don't have to be crazy then. We can just be loving in those situations. And that's how we save the world. So of course, I would love a world where there wouldn't be any traffic jams, where there'd be no rush hours. But unfortunately, most of us have to live in this world, and that's how it's structured. And maybe in the future it'll change, but for now, right now, this is what we've got to work with. And so why don't we work with it? And why don't we just, save the world by just being nice to people? Yeah. And so I wanted to share that today. And so my big old, I guess I haven't been doing the everyday thing, so I've got a whole bunch of pent up stuff to talk about. So I wanted to share that. And I think what I'll do is I'll go into a channeling today and see if they have anything else to add about all the stuff that's going on, and maybe about this day today that we're in, this May 1st. This is what they call in I think in Europe it's called Walpurgisnacht, which was April 29th. And today, I'm getting it all mixed up, and in Japan it's Golden Week, and it's all over the world. Everyone has like this spring celebration. And if you've ever heard the Rite of Spring by Stravinsky, you know that it's not a pleasant thing. With the Rite of Spring by Stravinsky was a piece. It was as a ballet written back in 1913, 14. When was it? And it was called Primitivism. Primitivism was the time, and it was a very kind of rough music at the time. Now, people kind of are used to it, but it's like this dun 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 dun. Yeah, and but yeah, at the time when it was performed, supposedly, who knows about this stuff, but people went nuts, and they were like punching people left and right. There was a big brawl that broke out, listening to orchestral music. I'm not sure if that's really what happened, but it makes for a good story. Anyway, so this time of the year, this springtime is a wonderful time, but it's also, if you're not aware of your energy, it's a very powerful time. And I think it's, All right, I'm going to go into a channeling, see what they have to say. Here you go. Greetings, we are that one that you know of as Sanatkumara, and we're here, and we're here, and we're here. And we'd like to bring forth the message that you are all okay. You're perfect. You're wonderful. Right where you are right now is fine, is fine, is fine, is fine. Don't worry, don't worry, don't worry, don't worry, don't worry. You're in the most perfect place imaginable. These waves that come, they're high, and sometimes they're low. It's high tide, it's low tide. The sun is out, the moon is out. These are just things that are happening around you, but you are happening too. So remember this, that when you feel this energy that's outside of you coming in and feels like it's pushing you down and pulling you around, understand that you are in charge of your energy. And so when you see this energy pushing you around, pulling you around, it's time to just stand up and say, No, no, no. I cannot be pushed around. I cannot be pulled around. I'm here. I'm love. I'm made of love right now. I'm made of love. And that's all you need to say. You need to affirm it to yourself and also to the world around you. These illusions cannot push and pull. That's all. And that's simple. And this is what we'd like to bring forward to you, all of you, because your world around you is always changing. It's continually changing. And that's the whole point of this time for all of you here is how do you interact with this change? What do you do with all of this change that you feel? These heavy days, these light days, these days when everyone is angry, these days when everyone is happy. What do you do? How do you interact with those days? Do you jump into your emotions or do you step back? What do you do? And it's all up to you because this is what you wanted. This is the world that you wanted to see. So remember that too, that all of these experiences, all of these things, this is what you wanted. You came here because you wanted this experience, but you can change your perception of the experience. You can change it. Understanding that none of this is real. None of this is real in the sense that what is real, because what is real is you. What is real is love. You are love. And all of these other things that are not love are not you and are not real. But it's your perception. It's how you see it. What are you going to see? And so this is what we'd like to bring forward to all of you on the planet today. What kind of world do you want to see? Do you want to see a world of love or do you want to see a world of fear? It's up to you. You are the director of this film. All right. So, hold on. I'm just going to check real quick. Hold on. All right. Okay, I think I'm still on. Hey, Kathy. Oh, thanks for the quote from that. I can't be pulled and pushed around. I'm love. And let's use that as the springboard for the pocket of peace today. I can't be pulled and pushed around. I am love. Right? So let's use Sanat's message today that, we can't be pushed around. So here we go. Pocket of Peace is a guided meditation. You're welcome to join in if you want. If you don't want to, that's fine as well. Some people join in by dancing, singing, drawing, playing the guitar. It's up to you. And so here we go. Pocket of Peace for May 1st. Aha, we're going to take back this energy. We're going to make this love energy for May 1st. We're taking back the script. Here we go. So I'd like you to imagine that you're in a place that makes you feel the most relaxed. It's important to be in a place of relaxation to bring the love in. So yeah, just relax and take a few deep breaths in this space. Good. In this space, you are completely and utterly protected. You're protected and you're safe. Now, I'd like you to imagine that in this space, you see this mist of unconditional love that's a golden hue, and it's mixed with autumnal colors, some kind of darker wine reds, and it's such a beautiful, beautiful color, like this beautiful oil painting that's just floating through the air, coming towards you, and it just surrounds you, and it's just so beautiful, and you look at it, and it's just wonderful golden energy surrounds you, and this is the light of unconditional love. This is the light of what you're made of, and it just kind of permeates through all of your pores, and it goes through all throughout your body. So everywhere in your body is just filled with love, and especially your heart starts to get lit up, illuminated, and then your heart is now pumping within this illumination, this love illumination. It gets it feels so good, feels so wonderful, and it starts to warm up your whole body. And now you're just covered with love. You look at your body, it's almost like it's glowing. It's so beautiful, and you feel so relaxed, and you feel like, yeah, there's nothing to worry about, nothing to fear. There's nothing to regret. I'm just here. I'm just remembering who I am. I'm love. I am unconditional love. I am pure love. And I'm just animating this space that I'm in. I'm animating this body. I'm animating these organs. I'm animating all of these things with love. But I am not this body. I am not these organs. I'm just love. But I'm here using this amazing this amazing body to experience this planet here, this time here, this third dimension. Yeah, but I'm love, and I'm just remembering that I'm love. Yeah, that's right, I'm love. I'm not made of of skin, of water, of bones. I'm made of love, love, love. And so you're feeling it, and you're saying, yeah, that's right, that's who I really am. I'm just love. And you start to feel this love, and it starts to explode throughout your body, and it gets so much stronger, and then it expands throughout your room. So everything in your room is just covered with love. It's illuminated with love. All the floors, the windows, the ceilings, the pens, the papers, the desks, the trees, everything is just glowing with this love, because love just wants to be loved and wants to make more love. And so it's just love, love, love. And then it starts to expand outside of the space that you're in. And it travels through all of the highways, all of the byways, all the subways, all the streetways, everywhere, all of the ways. And it goes directly to the mass consciousness, traveling at the speed of love, which is faster than any speed available. And it is the only speed available. And now everyone around the whole planet saying, oh my God, I don't know what this was. There was this heavy energy, and now I'm just feeling light as a feather. That's right. And I'm feeling empowered. I'm feeling empowered, not empowered in a negative sense, but empowered to take back my life, to take back my energy. No, you can't take my energy. This is my energy. Yeah, so everyone's just saying, yeah, this is my energy, the energy of love. I'm the one that illuminates this place. I'm the one that sees this place. And I'm taking that all back. I'm taking all those things back. This is my dream. This isn't your dream. And so we all are realizing that we're living our dreams. We don't need to live the dreams that were presented on our screens. We're living our dreams, and our dreams are written across our hearts. And so we're just reading the beautiful poetry that is our hearts, and we're just seeing that expanding out from us, not the poetry that's written out on the media. No, not that stuff. We are writing the poetry. We are bringing the hope. We are creating the stories, and we're creating stories of love. We're sending that out throughout the mass consciousness, all throughout all of the highways and the byways, and even all of the darkened tunnels, and all of those places are filled with love, love, love. And we're not fighting here. We're just shining light. And when you shine light on the shadows, they disappear. And that's all we're demonstrating. We're demonstrating that the shadows are not there. And so all of these places and all of those people who are losing hope and not sure where they're going, feels like the world is on their shoulders. The world's not on your shoulders anymore. You're free, you're free, you're free, and you're getting bigger and bigger, and you're realizing how big you are on this planet, and you realize that the universe has your back. The universe has your back, because the love is the truth, and the love is permeating now every little nook and cranny, and all stories of fear, all stories of sadness, all stories of anger are turned into love stories. Love, 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 times a million. It's all love now. It's all love now. It's all love now. It's all love now. And this love is just going to keep expanding throughout the mass consciousness, because it is true. And what is true expands, because everyone feels it. When they feel it, they say, yes, it resonates. It's a beautiful harmony with their hearts. And then there you go. It's love. All right. Oh, all right. So sending that out into the mass consciousness to kind of lighten up that heaviness that we're all feeling today. And so I hope you guys are hopeful. And thanks, Kathy, for joining in. And thanks for, that's so cool. I can't be pushed and pulled around. I'm love. So I hope you guys are hopeful. And yeah, so talk to you guys soon. And as they say, go beach. And remember too, these pockets of peace, you can do them yourself as well. You don't need me to do them. And it helps if you do it with like a few people, but you can do it alone as well. And yeah, so, all right, we got this thing. We all got this thing. So talk to you soon.